Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining in. This side Rahul Magan here from Treasury Consulting LLP. I'm talking on behalf of Treasury Consulting LLP as a Chief Executive Officer, and today we are going to speak about very interesting topics in fraud and forensics, which is Benford law. As you very well understand that there are a lot of frauds which are happening across the globe, and although there are a lot of techniques which are available in fraud and forensics, which are covering the Benford, which are covering the various quantitative techniques which are available, which helps you to mitigate the frauds or which help you to check whether frauds are happening or not. And one of that is Benford law. So today Treasury Consulting LLP will present you about the quantitative computation of the Benford law. This video is going to be little longer, in the sense like this would take might be 45 minutes or so, but nonetheless we will try and cover all important aspects of the Benford law. And we are having a model, Excel based model, which you can very well see right in front of you. That model will also help you to help you understand that how exactly the Benford law works So, but before explaining the Benford law, we need to understand two important facts about why exactly we are using the Benford law, for what reasons we are using the Benford law, and so on and so forth. Actually, Benford law follow a pattern of numbers. Now, what do you mean by numbers? Suppose you have 50,000 numbers, 70,000 numbers, 80,000 numbers, 20,000 numbers. Now Benford is going to follow the pattern of the numbers, and Benford will let you know that exactly why this is happening. In the sense like, suppose the one number is coming very often, or three number is coming very seldom, and so on and so forth. So it follows the pattern on a number. But at the same time, there are a lot of misconception about Benford law also. Misconception in the sense like there are a lot of people who simply who still believes that the Benford law can only be computed on the numbers. But we as Treasury Consulting LLP don't believe in that. So there is a model which is right up front you, which you can see in your video. We have devised a model in such a way that you are able to encapsulate yourself with all permutations and combinations of the Benford law. So what we did, we asked the computer, since we not authorized to present any data of any third party, we asked the computer to give us 20,000 numbers. Computer said we are going to use a formula which is known as RAND. I said, make me understand what do you mean by RAND. So computer said that, Rahul, you do one thing, you just simply say RAND and you put enter. I will give you a value. So I will give you a value, and that value is nothing but between 0 and 1. I said, what would if I want a number between 1 and 2, or any two numbers? And he said, Rahul, in that sense you should use a formula called RAND between, and you put 1, 100. Then I will give you any numbers. Take an example. This is RAND between F2. Here I get 18. This is RAND between F2, I get 70. Here RAND between F2, I get 78. Right? So that is what RAND function is all about. That is what RAND between function is all about. Similarly, on that ground, I asked computer that you give me 20,000 numbers. So this is how you can very well see that the total count is 20,000 in that. Here you can see that the total count of the number is 20,000. So what computer did? Computer gave me 20,000 number, and you can very well see here that the number is 20,000. But computation of the Benford law is not as easy. Now we very well understand that sitting today normal distribution do not works. Number are not normal in nature, or they are not following any distribution. We also very well understand that there is not a single data we have right now who do not have any form of I would say unstructuredness in that, or there is no outliers in that data. Outliers refers to a condition, or these are the extreme values that can distort the data series. Now we asked the computer to remove outliers, and computer said there are a variety of options, like one is normal mean, geometric means, moving average, and there are a variety. I said we need the best one. So computer said we will give you a technique which is known as exponential smoothing. Now what is exponential smoothing? Exponential smoothing allocates a weight to that number, and based upon that weight he will give you a number. So he will reconvert this number. Actually the number was 0.5158, which you can see, but he reconverted this number by allocating a weight and using a standard methodology to 4.266. Now see here, if you see here, you can see the formula of Benford law. Sorry, you can see the formula of exponential smoothing. You know that it is taking an input data, it is converting that input data into a number which is exponential smoothing number, and then it is calculating the first digit. But why we need exponential smoothing? Again repeating, we need to understand that not a single data we have across the globe who do not require any kind of smoothing or who do not have any one or other form of outliers. All the data across the globe are having one or other form of outliers. Henceforth, it is very much important for a people who are using the Benford law to remove that outliers from the system. This is what we did till now. This is what we did. Now what did happen? We converted these number. Now you can see 0.5158 into 4.266. You very well see and understand that 4.266 is nothing but the first digit would be 4. And now you can see that I am going to use a formula Control D here. You can see that if I press Control D, then you can see that the number swings because it's a rand function. Numbers will obviously swing. Now what would be the first digit of 5.642? It is 5, so on and so forth. But we need to understand very simple fact here. Same, especially the case here. We need to understand that Benford cannot be applied on 0. So Benford disrespects 0. Benford is saying that 0 is not a number. So 0 is not a number. So you have a number 0.851. So first digit is 0. He ignored this. Then he went to 8. 8 is the number, and then so on and so forth. Now if we carefully see that we have 20,000 number, we created an exponential smoothing of 20,000 number. What do you mean by smoothing? If we are going to use the word smoothing, then we are taking the unstructured data out and we are making it more structured. Of course, we need to allocate some weights, and the weights exponential smoothing will himself calculate. Then this formula will calculate the first digit of that number. You can very well understand that whatever the first digit this number is having, this formula is able to calculate that. Now you have the number, you did the exponential smoothing, and after exponential smoothing you calculate the number. Now how to calculate the Benford law? This is not very difficult. Now what you do, you know that out of 20,000 there would be several 5, several 3, except 0, because Benford disrespects 0. So what you did, you just use the formula. Now see here, it's very simple. You just select the formula and you said count if this is equals to 1, this is equals to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So rather than wasting your time on 20,000 number, you divided this into 9 parts, because of course if Benford disrespects 0, then you are going to be divide this into the 9 parts. Now what you did after that, you took the percentage. Now first number came 5976 out of 20,000. So you yourself know that this is roughly 29%, 29.9, or flatly speaking, this is 30%. Second is 3.3128. If we calculate, this is roughly 15.6%, and then so on and so forth. So if you add these, you will get 100%. I will show you here. First I will show you this. Press F2. You will get to know that you are getting 20,000 numbers. Now you know that in this, if you add up this, you can use the formula Control D. You will get to know by using the formula again, because of course the numbers are random in nature, so this will change. We not did any pay special, so these numbers are random. Whenever you press Control S, these numbers will change. So this is how it works. So you know. Now here comes the Benford formula. The first digit should have come roughly 30.1%. On the other hand, it is 30.4%. So you can very well understand the variance. Variance is 0.3%. What is the variance? Exponential minus Benford law. This is variance. F2. Exponential minus Benford law. This is variance. Now before applying the Benford law, you need to, as we earlier discussed, that Benford law can only be applied only once you have a huge set of data. In the earlier video also we discussed that analytics is very growing in India, in fact across the globe. And when it comes to analytics, all the four segments of analytics are growing. Example, your financial analytics, which we are using M-score. We are going to make one video on M-score. Example, your analytics using cash flow modeling, your risk-based modeling, and last but not the least, using data modeling. In data modeling, you are using this via the Benford law. So you know the difference. But before applying that, you need to ask two questions from you and from your client. Question number one, what is your limit? Exactly, what is your minimum limit? What is your maximum limit? Now a client need to answer. It could be 1% to 5%, 2% to 10%, 4% to 20%. You don't know, but there is a limit to it. But the best part of the exponential smoothing is the parameter, which we kept it hold for today, because exponential smoothing need a parameter which is called weight. Now that parameter is going to be shared by you, or that parameter is going to be presented by you. So what you did, you kept this. Now we look at here, because this parameter will help us understanding what is the minimum and the maximum that. Now we use an exponential formula in which this parameter play a very important role. But what exactly this parameter is all about, let me explain here. If you know that, if you feel that the data set you are having is highly unstructured in nature, then you put this approximately 1, which I refer this 0.98 in front of you. If you feel that this number you are having is okay, fine, somehow structured, somehow not structured, but you're not pretty sure, okay types, then always refer 0.5. But suppose you feel that the data you have is completely structured, then you put less than 0.5, which could be 0.3, 0.4, and so on and so forth. This is how the parameter will help. Now we will do both. We will do all trio. We have 20,000 numbers. Although we know that this number is computed by the computer, this number must be good, and we ourselves know that this number must be good. But still, what we do, we are going to utilize all three, and we'll try and understand that how it works. Now this is how it works. First we put a value 0.3. Now look at here. Here you know that it is okay. Let me give you an absolutely brilliant stuff here. I am going to use a formula ABS. ABS stands for absolute. Let me give you some conditional formatting here. So I have done this, that. What I do, I will go here and I will do the conditional formatting, which is here. Now let me highlight cell rules, say let me say greater than. I will say little red, not little red, say light red. You can take this, not a problem. If it is greater than 1.5%. Okay, then you will set plus okay. You will put again a rule here. Here you will say this, and you will say greater than 1.5%. Let me have more rules. You can do one thing, you can do it here. You will say less than 1% as well. But here you will take it green. Okay, now you know. We did a conditional formatting. What we did in the conditional formatting, we selected that if this variance, where we use the function absolute ABS, if this variance is greater than 3, sorry, 1.4%, then you give us a red signal. If it is less than 1.4%, then you give us a green signal. Now who left? If you carefully see, once I put the parameter 0.3, the variance between the exponential, the column G and column H is 3, the highest is 3.1%, which is for unit 1, sorry, which is for digit 1. Now this is how it works, like a buffet. Right now what you do, you will go here and you will make this say 0.4, assuming you again know that A turning out to be a basically a kind of apparently big number. Now what you do, you will go here and you will put say 0.50 again. Now this time 2 is coming, and then you put say 0.70, then again A 1 and 2 is coming, then you have 0.80, again 1 is coming, and then so on. Finally you put 0.98. So 1 and 2, maximum 1, and sometimes 2 is also coming. Now how Benford will help us? Rather than wasting my time in all 20,000 numbers, I will waste my time only in the first digit and maximum second digit, which is, if I add, it is roughly 10,000. Now it is roughly 10,000, the first digit and the second digit, which you can see that 6561 and 3573, you will get roughly 10,000. But the point is, this is an Excel file where we computed the Benford based upon the first digit. But in reality sense, you will able to compute the Benford on I would say everything. In the sense, you would be able to compute first digit, second digit, first 2 digit, first 3 digit, first 4 digit, first, second, third, 4, and so on and so forth. This is software. We are going to have one special dedicated session of a software on idea, wherein we help you this, that how to do in that regards. Now you know that you need to evaluate the one, which is 2.7%. This is how what Benford is work. But before winding up this session, I would like to tell you that Benford is nothing but a probabilistic scenario. Benford is not a hard and fast tool. Example, it is not a kind of it is not that if you apply, then you will surely get an answer. It is a probabilistic scenario. Sometimes you will get a value, and if you investigate, you get to know this is not turning good. Sometimes you don't get a value, but there is a genuine error that Benford is not been able to get caught, because the difference is that there is a smoothing methodology. There are a lot of people who still claiming that there is no smoothing methodology which is required in Benford, but Treasury Consulting LLP continue to believe that that is required, because there is not a single data which is not structured in nature. Henceforth, this smoothing technique is required. So this was all about Benford from our side, wherein we just try and repeat it. We first took the sample numbers 20,000. We did exponential smoothing using a parameter which you can write C8.98. Again repeat, if you feel that the parameter is close, that the data is close to unstructured, then press it 1. If you feel that the data is somehow structured, press 0.5. If you feel that the data is completely structured, then press close to 0. You can see that in the column F that the total is 20,000. The exponential smoothing 32.8 it's nothing but a percentage, which you can see here. I press F2. That this is 6561 divided by 20,000. So this is 32 something. And this is the formula of the Benford law, which remains intact. This is the formula, log natural. Next is the variance. What we did, we just utilized the ABS formula, and we did the exponential conditional formatting in that. This is how Benford will help you. Benford will make sure that rather than devoting your energy on all 20,000, you will devote your energy only on one. I hope you like this video. This is a product of Treasury Consulting LLP, which is a limited liability partnership firm, and one of the domain of the Treasury Consulting LLP is fraud and forensics also. We are coming up with our Indian chapter, and in this chapter you can welcome to join the same. When it from trainings till anything, we will surely assist you, and you are always welcome to know more about us here. You have this Treasury Consulting LLP. It's a limited liability partnership firm. We are having multiple domain like publication, knowledge commerce, treasury domain, auditing, risk and insurance, accounting domain. B engagement stands for business school, and fintech. These are the areas where we are having our brand, which is Foreign Exchange Maverick Thinkers, which is very well available on LinkedIn, LinkedIn FX Club, YouTube channel, Daily Motion, derivative groups on WhatsApp, Basel 3 groups on Telegram app, Foreign Exchange Academies on Facebook, Skype, Google Group, Google Blog, Digital Library, and now we are on the Dropbox as well. The only thing pending for this brand is the slide share. I hope you like this video, and you are always welcome to contact us at treasuryconsultingllp@gmail.com. Our alternate email ID is rahulmagan8@gmail.com. Our number is 9899242978. You can do the Skype connect as well, which is Rahul5327. Thank you very much and have a nice day.